So on this tape, we'll be taking releasing to a new, deeper, and even more powerful level. As you've noticed, for all the tapes up until this tape, we've been getting in touch with whatever we're feeling in the moment, and then choosing either to let it go, welcome it, or dive into it, all of which produce the same inner result. What we'll be doing now is exploring the underlying motivation behind all feelings. It's like the generators that create all the feelings that we experience from day to day. And we've discovered that there are three basic underlying motivators for how you feel. And they're wants, and I'll explain what that means in a moment. But the three of them are the wanting approval, the wanting control, and the wanting security or survival. So if you look back over the issues you've been working on in this course, and you start to examine them from this new perspective, you'll start to see you have a lot of new insights about what has been going on. I'll explain each one individually. The wanting control is the sense that you're out of control. The sense that you need to make things happen a particular way. You need to manipulate. You need to push. You need to shove. And it has a hard feeling to it. The wanting approval is a feeling of people don't like you. They don't love you. They don't care about you. It's a wanting for love or admiration or caring. And it has kind of a gimme feeling to it. And the wanting security or survival is a threatened feeling. It's a feeling insecure. These three wants underlie every feeling that we experience. And once you start to let go of them, you'll notice that all the issues that you've been working on will start to clear up much more quickly. And the reason for that is every feeling that you experience is related to these three wants. So as you start to let them go, all the feelings underneath it, in other words, all your apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, pride, and the negative parts of your courageousness, acceptance, and peace are all related to those three wants. So as you let go of the wanting approval, control, security, you'll see that the results you get from the method can be much more rapid. Also, you'll notice just in recognizing, oh, at this moment I'm wanting to control, or I'm wanting approval, or I'm wanting security, very often it will release spontaneously without you needing to do anything. As you recognize that you're wanting approval or control or wanting security, there's a part of your mind, which we'll be discussing in a later tape, that gets activated and says, oh, I understand and I see it more clearly. And just in seeing it that way, it starts to discharge. You'll notice as you work with the wanting approval, wanting control, and wanting security, that it gets easier to release in general. Because of that, we even ask the questions differently. We just say, could you, instead of also would you and when. The reason for that is to allow for the spontaneous nature of releasing. We're actually, as we work on these tapes, going to go more and more to a point where the release happens spontaneously because releasing is natural. And as you see you're wanting approval, you're wanting control, and wanting security, sometimes, often in fact, you'll be letting it go without even needing to ask yourself the questions. Also, wanting approval, wanting control, and wanting security are whole belief systems, whole ways of seeing the world. They're programs that we operate out of. Because of that, just like apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, pride, courageousness, acceptance, and peace, there are certain thought patterns, patterns of behavior that come directly from the wanting approval and wanting control and wanting security, survival. As you release on the wants, you'll discover that you become more aware of these thought patterns and these patterns of action. And as you cue yourself in to becoming aware of these patterns, it will get easier and easier to let go of the wants. The wanting approval, control, and security are what's underneath the feelings. Just like each feeling, like if you said apathy, there are many feelings and thoughts and actions that relate to it. Well, the same thing is true with the wanting approval and wanting control and wanting security. All the thoughts, feelings, and actions under apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, pride, and all the negative ones under courageousness, acceptance, and peace relate to the wanting approval, control, and security. So when you get a chance, you may want to go back to that chart of emotions and review it from this new perspective. Write down wanting security in the top box just underneath freedom-imperturbability. Write down wanting approval and wanting control on the boxes that are underneath it. This will be a reminder that all the feelings culminate in these three wants. So as you do this work, you'll see that this will make more and more sense to you. You have many insights and gains. And remember, whenever you see something more clearly or you get an insight or a gain, it's very helpful to write it down at the back of the book. This will be something you can refer to later so you can stay clear about your progress. One other important reminder. On the tapes before this, we worked specifically on resistance and our wanting to change things. Both resistance and our wanting to change things are merely aspects of the wanting to control program. When we're wanting to control, we force ourselves and we get into resistance. Or when someone else forces us, we resist them. And that's our wanting to control them back. And wanting to change and wanting control are synonymous. In fact, when we get into talking about the 6 steps, step 5 is if you're stuck, let go of wanting to control or change the stuckness. Anytime you don't like the way you feel, you can go right to letting go of wanting to change it. Because that's also letting go of wanting to control it. And in doing that, you'll see it will very often release completely without you needing to do anything else more. So let's do a little experiment now. Make yourself comfortable and focus inside. And allow yourself to think of one of the main issues that you've been working on in this tape program or in this class. And as you think about that situation or that problem or that goal, start by just getting in touch with what your feeling is about it in this moment. And really welcome that feeling. Now dig a little deeper and see if you can get in touch with whether it's a wanting approval, a wanting control, or a wanting security. And whichever want it is, could you just allow yourself to feel it? Welcome it fully. And then could you let it go? Look at that same issue again, that thing that you bought the tapes for, and see what your feeling is about it now. And check to see if that feeling is coming from a wanting approval, a wanting control, or a wanting security or survival. And whichever want it is, could you let it go? Could you just allow it to release? Go back to your issue again. The thing you've been using this course or these tapes to focus on. And notice how it's starting to feel differently. But again, check anyway to see if there's any remaining wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting security or survival associated with that issue. Now, if there is, could you allow yourself to let it go? take one more look at that issue or situation. And again, notice how your energy about it is now shifting. But just in case, check to see if there's any more wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting security or survival associated with that issue. And if there is, could you let it go? Now just allow yourself to relax into whatever you're feeling in the moment. Welcome it fully. By the way, every time we welcome any feeling fully, what we're really doing is letting go of wanting to change or control it. We're accepting it as it is, at least just for now. So just allow yourself to welcome whatever you're feeling in this moment. And check again to see if there's any wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting security or survival associated with how you feel. And if there is, could you allow yourself to let it go? Now allow yourself to gradually come back into outwardly focused awareness. And I suggest you take some time exploring the issues that you brought to this course from this new perspective. And here's a couple of things to keep in mind as you're doing that. First of all, there's nothing wrong with being in control. There's nothing wrong with changing things that need to be changed. There's nothing wrong with having love or approval or giving love and approval. And there's nothing wrong with being safe and secure. What we're doing is we're letting go of the sense of lacking the control, lacking the approval, or lacking that sense of inner security. Want, the word want, is equivalent to lack. Anything that we're wanting, we feel like we don't have it. Right now, you're not wanting to be the person that bears your name. You just feel like you are that. Whatever your name is, like right now, I'm not wanting to be Hale, I know I am Hale. So, if you start to notice that want equates to lack, and you start letting go of the wanting, especially the wanting approval, control, and security, as you let go of wanting security, you'll feel more secure. As you let go of wanting love, you'll feel more loved and loving. And as you let go of wanting to control, you'll feel more in control.